Hello and welcome to For Amerta, a visual novel developed by Syllphana, available on itch.io. And well, it's about someone who's stuck on the same day and cursed to repeat it over and over again. And I guess we'll see what that means. Content warning, this is a horror game, so there's going to be some depictions of violence and some disturbing elements, I believe. Well, let's just dive right in. Oop. God damn it. No matter how hard I try to wash the blood off of me, it's not working. As if it's constantly reminding me that I failed. Yes, I failed. I failed again, and this makes it twice now. What did I do wrong? Should I do things differently? Or maybe it's a mistake to have that mindset in the first place. More importantly, will I be able to go back again? Or is this the only chance given to me? There's only one way to find out. I simply crashed on my bed and closed my eyes. Before I knew it, it's morning already. Immediately, I look over to my phone and see that today is Friday, 28th of October. Seeing the date show on the screen, I let out a relieved smile. God has given me another chance, it seems. However, I only have seconds to celebrate this as I hear knocking, followed by my dad's voice echoing just outside my room. Rendra, are you awake? Rendra? Rendra. Yeah, I'll get ready in a minute. Breakfast is already at the table. Make sure to eat it before going to school. Oh, and one more thing. You don't have to help out your aunt today. Why not? She says she feels bad for you and wants you to take it easy. Listen to her, will you? Okay. I'll do that then. Good. Then I'll be off to work first. As I listened to my dad's footsteps, getting fainter, I couldn't help but feel a bit troubled. I usually help out at my aunt's store during the evening. She's a nice lady, but can get strict sometimes. It started as a way for me to get extra pocket money from her. Eventually, I work part-time there, and she gets annoyed if I skip work, except when it's exam season or the holidays. What's this? Now she's telling me to rest up? For now, I decided to shrug it off. I plan on not helping her today anyway, just like before. Right. So, I mean, it's already... I feel like from the very beginning, the story is already letting you in that there's some kind of time loop going on. You know, I'm surprised that he was surprised, you know? It's like... So he normally helps his aunt, but like, he's not today? I mean, that's a kind of significant change. Usually in a time loop, everything goes as before, right? But this time is a little bit different. But like, it's like, he didn't do anything? I would find that weird if I was in a time loop, is all I'm saying. Anyway, well, there's something more important to do after all. I went to school. Entering my class, another sense of relief washes over me as soon as I lay my eyes on her. Ren, good morning. Morning. Her name is Michelle Amerta de Jong. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good with names. Amerta. Is that how you pronounce it? Amerta? I mean, that's the name of the game. For Amerta. We call her Amerta because of her generic first name. Like a ray of sunshine, she's cheerful, warm, and friendly towards anyone. You think that with that kind of personality, she'd be a popular student here. She used to until her ex-boyfriend betrayed her. It's a nasty detail that I'm not going to delve deeper into. Say, I got 2 tickets for a thriller movie tonight. Here it is. You know that I hate going to the cinema. I know, but Kai and I were looking forward to seeing the movie, but he moved out a few weeks ago. And I don't want to watch it alone. So please? So you're saying I'm a replacement for Kai? Come on, you know what? That's not what I mean. We would have definitely invited you too if you didn't hate the cinema so much. Sure then. Huh? You will? Really? Why are you asking me again? Should I take it back and say no instead? No, that's not what I mean. Please don't take it back. Well then, it's settled. We're going on a date tonight. Saying that out loud with some of her classmates around. She's way too carefree sometimes. Anyways, those kids should be teasing us about that right now. Any minute now. I know this because I'm in a time loop and I have omniscient powers. Well, it's not that I have the power of omniscience, or did I pronounce it omniscience? Anyway, but rather, because you go through time loops over and over again, you kind of predict the events that are going to happen. But, the sound of the bell snaps me back. Class starts. Amerta walks to her seat, and the other classmates ignore our banter. That's weird. Really weird. Yeah, okay. It's happened twice now. See, these little things that are different in this time loop. Makes me suspicious. The day passes like a blur to me. Before I knew it, it's already 4 p.m. The background's also a blur, Anyway, Amerta is walking beside me, rambling about the cinema she used to go to when she was 10 years old. So when I go back to the cinema, my rabbit doll was gone. Guess what? The staff stole it for whatever reason. I ended up hating the cinema too for a while. But my ex-boyfriend started bringing me to the cinema a year ago and... it made me like it again. But that also ended up becoming a sour memory too. Well, until Kai took me to the cinema to watch that one zombie movie where there was a scene of zombies piling up to climb this huge wall. What's the movie called again? Anyway, I like the cinema now. I want to wash away the bad memories of good memories with both you and Kai. Totally not a... I don't know. I guess we'll see. This is really much like a kind of like a cliche like love triangle, at the moment, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Kai, Rendra, and Amerta, it's literally draw a triangle, and that it would be a setup for like some kind of like romance comedy plot or whatever. You're really excited for tonight, aren't you? Yeah, I am. It's so rare that we get to hang out together, just the two of us. Sorry, was I talking too much? No. I told you I don't mind listening to your ramblings. Great, because I just remember about this one story that happened back before I met you. And there she goes. She's usually calmer than this. It really shows that she's excited about her upcoming date, as she calls it. Out of nowhere, I feel something in my pocket buzz. Although the phone vibration for like a millisecond made me think that my phone was, buzzing. When I take a look at it, it's a message from my dad. He just sent me a picture, followed by a short message. Isn't this your friend? And the picture is a missing person notice of someone named Kai Winida Sitaiwan. Sitaiwan? Again, I'm horrible with names. But it seems our friend is missing? Isn't this Kai? He told us that he'll be moving away with his aunt. Why? It's funny how, like, the whole premise is that this is a time loop, and yet he keeps getting surprised somehow. Ren? What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Are you sure? You look pale. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with this later. For now, there's something more important to do. Oh man, that was too intense. It's honestly way too gory for me, but man, it has a really interesting storyline too. Seriously, how can you watch all that with a straight face, Ren? You're not actually a psychopath, are you? Okay, I get it, you're scared. But do you have to grab onto my arm like this even after we're outside the building? Aw, can we at least hold hands? No. That's so lewd, you can't do that. No. Fine, do whatever you want. Yay, thanks, Ren. Getting my permission, she stops hugging my arm and gently holds my hand instead. She gets touchy sometimes. I don't know if she does this to her friends or exclusively towards me, but I like to think it's the former because I don't get the wrong idea. I have to friend zone her, you gotta make sure to friend zone. No, I'm getting distracted. Damn it, not a good time to do that. Should we head home now? Yeah, let's. After walking for a few minutes, Amerta suddenly stops in her tracks while still holding my hand. What's wrong? I ask even though I already know what she's gonna say to me next. You know, Ren, I don't want to go home tonight. It's been so much fun spending time with you. Way more fun than being in that house of mine. Can I, have a sleepover at your place or something? Your mom will scold you and our classmates will spread more rumors. I don't care about that anymore. They can call me a slut or whatever, I'm used to it. I'm just so tired of getting called names both at school and at home. The only break I guess when I spend time with you and Kai. You know, I've been thinking of moving away, like Kai, except without anyone knowing. Just start new and leave somewhere. Sounds nice, right? Should we do it, Ren? Let's run away together. You hate this place too, don't you? It's true. I dislike living here. I'm mostly seen as an outcast at school, while at home it gets too noisy sometimes. I don't have it as hard as Amerta, I don't think. But that sounds nice, isn't it? Going to a new place where no one expects anything out of you. As nice as it is, I don't want to leave my parents be. So I rejected Amerta's desperate pleas the first time. Then I accepted to run away with her the second time. Oh yeah, the second time loop, I guess. Also, I see McDonald's. This is something I noticed. Both answers yield the same result, so whatever I say here won't matter anyway. Okay, interesting. Alright. Alright, so it's interesting that, he's basically saying no matter what we do, it just ends up the same way anyway. I don't know. I mean, you can also say ... I don't think that matters. Sure. Let's try running away. Even though Rendra is saying that it won't change anything anyway. Then let's do it. Let's run away together, Amerta. Huh? I hate to say this, but I don't really mean it when I say it. I'm only saying this to make her happy. She'll never find out about this anyway. Then without warning, the blaring sound of a car honk disturbs our talk. By the time the two of us turn to look, a car is already going full speed at us. I immediately grab him or try to shove her out of harm's way. Move! Did I do it? My body hurts and feels numb, but I see a lot of blood seeping out of me, so I probably did it. Rendra! I try to speak, but no words come out. The only thing I can do is let out a small relieved smile, knowing that Amerta is fine. It's better to have her safe and alive. She has a much brighter future than I'll ever have anyway. Feeling peaceful despite the physical pain, I finally close my eyes, ready to accept my fate. Hey, if I'm correct, your name is Rendra, right? Yes. And you're Amerta, right? Yeah. Can I sit next to you? Sure. Thanks, Rendra. The others don't really want to talk to me right now, so I'm happy that you do. You mean the rumors? Oh, so you've heard. You gotta believe me, Rendra. It's nothing but a big misunderstanding, okay? And, you haven't seen the pictures, have you? No, why would I? I'm glad. You know, I'm not exactly an interesting guy, but feel free to just come over and chat if you have no one else to talk to. Just make yourself comfortable. But just because I'm always alone doesn't mean that I mind having company. Rendra, aren't you worried that the others are going to spread rumors about you too if you hang out with me? Nah, I don't really care. You don't really talk to me anyway. It's not going to make a difference. And that sounds kind of sad. But thank you. Now two of us won't be all alone, right? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, alright. I'm just thinking, are they together? Are they not? Anyway. Seems to be that they're just friends. There's, I don't know. I guess I will see where their story goes. It's kind of a cliche, right? It's kind of a cliche that, boy, girl, spend time together, they're just friends, and then until the very end of the manga, they may or may not confess, or maybe not, and then it's just a cliffhanger. Anyway, well, that was a nostalgic dream. What is this? I thought I died. Why did I wake up my bed as if nothing happened? With little to no energy, I grabbed my phone and stared at the screen. It's yet another 28th of October. And I guess that's not the answer then. Okay, interesting. So if you try to save Amerta, it still doesn't end the loop. As hard as it is to believe, I'm perfectly sure that I've been experiencing time travel. El Sai Kangaroo. For some reason, I'm stuck in the 28th of October. I've been reliving this very same day 4 times now. This current time should be the start of the third loop. At first, I thought this must be happening because I need to save Amerta by sacrificing myself. A life for another life kind of deal. But judging from what happened last time, it doesn't seem to be it. Makes sense. It's not like this is August 15th at 12:30 noon. The situation might be similar to that one anime I've seen, but I have to think of the solution myself. There's a lot of anime, actually, that has like the whole time loop plot. But, the one that sticks out to me, obviously, is Steins;Gate. You see, what you gotta do, you gotta make a time machine. You gotta send like a D-mail through your phone, to like change the past or to change the future. And anyway, the tiny differences that happened last time was also weird. I'm pretty sure I reenacted the original 28th of October at least almost perfectly. Nothing should have changed. The more I think about it, the dizzier my head gets, so I get up and prepare myself for school. But just before I step outside my room, I decide to do a little research. I watch the entire series of Steins;Gate, and I play all the visual novels, and I play all the side stories as well. I play all the spin-offs. Now, again, Kai is listening as missing. That's what. If I was in a time loop, I don't know. I mean, it would suck after like the millionth time, but you would have. It's assuming that it's guaranteed though, so that's the problem. I guess because the main character in this game is he's thinking like maybe it's not guaranteed that he'll always time loop, but you would have so much time. It's similar to the immortality concept where like people say. I mean, usually in most stories it's a bad thing to be immortal, but like, I mean, if you have free time in a time loop, then you could like do so much stuff. Like you would have all the time in the world to watch all of the anime and learn all of the things. But, I guess there's obviously some limitations. You can only go so far physically, I guess. Like if you loop every single time, you only keep the memories, you don't really keep like anything physical, I guess. Anyway. Again, Kai is listed as missing. I download the poster image before trying to message Kai about it. While I'm typing to him, I hear my dad knocking at my door and calling for me again. I'm ready for school, Dad. Just give me a second. Good. Don't forget to greet Mom's Day. She's worried that you were ignoring her yesterday. Again, another difference from the original 28th of October. This time, I didn't bother reenacting the original, so it's not too surprising. Sorry, I'll do that then. After getting out of my room, I stopped by and stood in front of my parents' room before gently knocking on the door. Good morning, Mom. Rendra? Mom's quivering and weak voice makes it hard for me to listen to. I know what's going to happen, yet I continue to try and hold a conversation with her anyway. Maybe this time will be different. You never know. Did you sleep well? Please forgive me. My dear son, I'm so sorry. I told you, there's nothing to apologize about. Sorry. Her mumblings then turns into sobbing the more we talk. This is why I avoided talking to her during the previous loop. Not because I hated her or anything, it's because I love her and I hate seeing her reduced into whatever mess this is. Though I know that this is partially because of me. A month ago, I almost died. He's been apologizing to me a lot since then, but it was never this bad. I can handle my parents arguing to hell and back, but this? Feeling a pat on my shoulder, I turn to look and see my dad smiling somewhat sadly at me. Oh, thank you for talking to her. You should hurry off to school now. Yeah. Good luck at work, Dad. I guess yes. He mentioned, it's like a bit of family trouble at home. But not like it's weird. It's like it's not really like abusive or anything. It's just sad. I don't know. Say, I got 2 tickets for the thrill movie tonight and no. I hate the cinema, Amerta. Why go to a public place to watch a movie where you can just watch from the comfort of your own home? Yeah, that is my argument as well. I never really go to the cinema. I mean, I'm not really a big movie guy myself anyway, so I don't watch a lot of movies in the first place. But usually, if I do, it's like anime movies. So I just watch at home. I don't really need to go to a theater to watch it. I mean, it's like a big screen and everything. It's a whole experience. Popcorn always tastes better at the cinema for some reason. It's probably because they put a lot of butter in it. But other than that, it's much comfier to just watch it at home. I don't know. Wow, Ren, I know you can easily get ticked off sometimes, but you're very vocal today, aren't you? You must be in a bad mood today. But it's an absolute no, huh? I was looking forward to it too. Sorry, but can't we just wait until it's available on streaming services instead? I'll invite you to my house to watch it together. Now, that's a very modern thing to say, by the way. I don't know, I've never seen this sentence, wait until it's available on streaming services. Usually, whenever I see someone say to wait after the movie release, they say wait until it comes out on DVDs or like Blu-ray or whatever. I don't know. But like, I guess people say it's available, wait until it's available on streaming services instead. I don't know, it's just a very modern thing to say. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, is that okay? You said you don't like inviting people to your house, didn't you? If it's you, it's fine. Really? Yay, thanks a lot, Ren. Can't wait. Now we're gonna have that sleepover, I guess. Me too. Then that means she'll be staying home tonight. Which means neither of us won't get hit by a car. Maybe I should have done this as soon as the first loop started. But I didn't really have the heart to reject her offer. Oh, the phone buzz. Again, I keep thinking it's my phone. As Amerta and I talk, I suddenly feel my phone buzzing a few times. Checking it out, I see notifications from Kai. Okay. Oops, yeah, I didn't move out with my aunt. I ran away. Sorry for lying, Rennie, he replies. Followed by, oh my fucking god, did they have to use that ugly ass picture of mine, though? Okay. Okay, so he's fine, it seems like. We don't actually see his face yet, though. I guess from the beginning, he's like, not really in the picture, Like literally, I guess. Not in this game. For now, maybe, I don't know. So much for worrying over him. He's absolutely fine. Ren, what's wrong? Kai just texted me. He's doing fine, he says. Really? Then I'm glad. Maybe we should call him together, so it'll be like the old times again. It'll be like the old times. Don't you usually say it'll be like old times, not like it'll be like the old times? Anyway, small like, I don't know. It's not a typo. It's technically correct. It's just usually you don't usually say the old times. Anyway, he only left around 2 weeks ago. That's hardly old. It felt like it's been forever to me, Don't you miss him, Ren? Not really. He always stole my lunch and roasted my favorite shows. I say good riddance. You two are as close as ever. I'm happy to hear that. The school bell rings soon after, signifying the start of class. Again, those kids didn't bother us today. I hate to say this, but I guess I'm sort of bullied. It's mostly petty stuff, my classmates talking behind my back, or sometimes they say stupid stuff to try to get an amusing reaction from me. Rather than hurtful, it's just annoying. So annoying that I thought of beating them to a pulp at one point. So I'm glad my classmates have been avoiding me since the last loop. I summon my stand. I go oda. Now, yet again, school passes like a blur. I don't remember anything from my class earlier. However, before Amerta and I could go home, a teacher stops me. To be more exact, it's one of my school counselors, Mr. Ari. Okay, Mr. Ari, you get a full art. Are you important to the plot? I wonder. Rendra, do you have time? I do. What's the matter, sir? I'd like for us to talk, just the two of us, in the counselor's office. Is that all right with you? Sure. Great. Then please follow me to the counselor's office. This won't take long, so don't worry. Mr. Ari back at it with the bullshit again. He wouldn't ask me to go to his office if this talk won't take long. Hey, If that's the case, then I'll wait for you outside, okay? Mm-hmm. She's gonna get hit by a car? I don't know. You leave her alone for like 2 seconds, she's gonna get hit by a car. You know, these are time loop rules. Always make sure the victim of death in like a time loop, keep an eye on them because they're gonna die. if you just take your eyes off them for like a millisecond. Well, after that incident a month ago, it would make sense for Mr. Ari to want to talk, I guess. We had plenty of talks before. Did I look extremely gloomy today or something? My head keeps spinning as I follow Mr. Ari. As soon as we reach the office, he beckons at me to sit across him and I oblige. So, Rendra, how have you been? I'm feeling fine. Just a bit sleepy. Yes, I can see that. The bags under your eyes are very visible. Not only that, but your hair is unkempt too. You have typical anime protagonist hair. Is it because you have trouble sleeping nowadays? Yeah. Well, I could understand why. Then, would you like to talk to me about what happened? Oh no. That face and that tone is not a good sign. What more is there to talk about? I've been doing fine nowadays. The lack of sleep had nothing to do with anything. That's kind of a lie, but he doesn't need to know that. He would think I'm crazy if I told him about the time travel. Not only that, I also want this to be over quickly. Although hearing Mr. Ari's weak chuckle makes me feel a little uneasy. Fine. You certainly don't look fine, Rendra. Please, I've told you that you don't need to lie around me. Or, you don't need to lie around me. That you can express yourself to your heart's content. There's nothing that I want to talk about, sir. I told you I've been doing fine, and right at this moment I still feel okay. That's another lie, because I'm starting to feel somewhat anxious now. He's pitying me, and I'm not even sure why. Sorry, sir, I don't have anything to talk about right now. Rendra, wait. I keep walking away, hearing Mr. Ari call my name a few times. Fortunately for me, he gives up way easier than I expected. I just walk away. Once I reach the school gates, I look around, hoping to meet up with Amerta. However, I don't see her anywhere. School gate. That's very anime. I don't know, it's like a school gate I always see in every high school in like an anime show. But like in real life? Well, not real life, rather. I mean, in Japan, probably, maybe it's common, though I'm not entirely sure. It's just that, in like the rest of the world, do like schools have gates? I'm just thinking. I don't know if they have gates, as far as I know. I mean, I know in America, they might have like other security measures, for reasons. But anyway. Shit. Amerta, where are you? I run over to a student from my class, hoping she's seen her. Well, Amerta's over there, on the street, covered in blood, after being run over by a car. Hey, have you seen Amerta? My classmate gives me a confused look before answering with a stuttering voice. No? I can feel some of the nearby students giving me a weird and bewildered look, but none comes forward to talk. Judging from that, I figured that none of them knows where she went. So I stopped relying on my schoolmates and decided to look for her myself. I couldn't find her. Calling her phone didn't work either, so I'm left with this place. It's Amerta's house. I'm doubtful that she went home without me, but I couldn't think of anywhere else to go. When I knock on the door, nobody answered for a while, until I see Amerta's mom opening the door. She looks terrible. Her hair is messy, she has bags under her eyes, and she smells of alcohol. In fact, she's holding a bottle of it in her hands right now. I haven't seen Amerta's mom in a while. Amerta never talks about her either. I wasn't aware that she's doing this badly. What are you staring at? Why are you here, you dumb boy? I was wondering if Amerta's home. Amerta's mom just stares at me, looking at me as if I'm an insect. Then without hesitation, she raised the bottle that she's been holding. Ow. You just assaulted me. I could sue you for this. My hand hurts. When the... You little shit! Don't come here and bring up that cursed daughter of mine's name ever again. She slams the door on me hard. I keep standing in that porch to process what she just did to me. She raised her glass bottle up and then hit me. Holy shit, no wonder Amerta hated living here. Her mom's insane. The worst thing paying my left arm snaps me back to reality. That's right. I need to look for Amerta. I'm pretty sure she's not in her house based on that lovely interaction earlier. I was wondering if we did, I was wondering if we need to disinfect that wound. But she was drinking alcohol, so maybe it works out. I don't know. Just automatic disinfectant. I can patch my arm later, no big deal. Hey, it's McDonald's again. I couldn't find her. It's just, this is product placement. Anyway, I mean, obviously it's not supposed to be, but... after sighing out loud, I take a seat on the side of the road, resting my legs and taking some time to think. I search everywhere I could think of. Her house, my own house. Hell, I even search at Kai's old house, which is empty, before searching the cinema. I have spam messages and calls to her phone too, yet there's no answer. Well, she's either kidnapped or dead, I don't know. I don't want to think that she died. So the only possible answer to this is that, in this loop, she decided to run away from home immediately. That would have explained why Amerta's mom seemed so angry too. Now, I can only hope that she doesn't get hit by some sort of vehicle while running away. Oh god, did I just jinx it? Yeah, I just jinxed it. Death leg. Still feeling uneasy, I quickly stand up again, only to realize something fatal. This spot. Is this where Amerta and I previously got hit by that car? God, I'm such a... No, we got run over anyway. Well, that was stupid. It was so stupid that just makes me want to just skip this fourth loop and sleep the entire day away. Alright, I'll press the skip button. No, doesn't work. But I can't do that. Amerta will die all over again. I'll spend more time in the 20th of October. After letting out a long sigh, I waste no time getting ready. Huh? My hand. What? Even though it's bandaged like it was before, I can still feel that there's a fresh wound there. On top of that, my jacket is slightly ripped. Something I noticed as well, these scars. Makes me wonder what that incident, that happened before, that meaning was. But anyway, on top of that, my jacket's slightly ripped. I was hit by a car twice, and there's no trace of it anywhere around my body. But Amerta's mom hit my hand once with a bottle, and the damage even is transferred to this loop? What is she, a monster? She's a time monster. She transcends time and space. Once again, the sound of my dad knocking the door breaks my train of thoughts. Or my train of thoughts? Or train of thought? I don't think it's a plural. Anyway, in a minute, Dad. Say, you got 2 tickets for our thriller movie tonight, right? What? How do you know? Kai told me that you were excited for this movie to come out. Oh, haha. So, will you be coming with? No. Ah, darn. I knew you would say no, but I thought that maybe there's still hope, Sorry, I never liked the cinema. It's an absolute no, huh? Well, that's fine. Honestly, I really just want to hang out with you, though. Just the 2 of us. If that's the case, then forget about the ticket. Let's hang out at my place after school. What? Is that okay? You said you don't like inviting people to your house, didn't you? If it's you, it's fine. Yay, then settled. I'll be looking forward to ransacking your place, Ren. Please don't actually ransack it. Well, I didn't have enough brain cells to think of a better plan, so I decided to go simple. The cause of death so far has been car accidents. So if we stay inside and I keep my eyes on her, things should be fine. Right? Right? You jinxed it. You jinxed it, Ren. Alright, so this time we didn't get delayed by the counselor, maybe. So... welcome to my room. Wow, your room is... so you. Is that supposed to be a good thing? Yeah, it's small and simple, but it seems cozy here. Oh, are these your anime figurines? What a frickin' weeb. She says as she starts carelessly grabbing one and looking at it all over. This is why I don't invite people here. They keep touching my pristine anime figurines, with their dirty hands. Hey, don't touch that. I bought that for almost 1 million rupiah. Rupiah. Okay, that makes me wonder what the setting is for this place. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar, to be honest. I only know 2 places. I know where I live, North America, and I know Japan. That's it. Those are the only 2 places I know. I don't know. The rest of the world doesn't exist in my head. Anyway, so if there's anything that might give off hints of where this place is actually takes place and everything. It's flying over my head. It's probably the names, right? Rendra, Amerta. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, my hands are up. Sorry. Also, don't look under my bed. There's some embarrassing stuff there. Okay, you keep porn under your bed? That's so old-fashioned. Embarrassing stuff? It's not... Don't worry, it's not porn or anything. Oh. Huh? Well, good to know. But what I meant to ask is that it's not dead bodies, is it? Is that your first thought? You know? I really think boys hide under their beds, dead bodies? Okay. You've watched way too many true crime documentaries. If I hide bodies here, my parents would have turned me in immediately. It's just some of the comics I drew when I was younger. Ren, you make comics? I do. I don't plan on taking it too seriously, it's just for fun. I guess it's a way for me to vent too. Since I was little, I always had a pretty vivid imagination. I even had an imaginary friend or two back then. You could call them waifus. Now, since nobody else could see them, I started drawing them so that they can exist, I guess. Well, I shouldn't be surprised considering that one time you were caught drawing in class. Well, anyway, what kind of comics do you usually draw? Well, you see, it's this isekai plot. so many. I don't know. It's just. I just noticed this every story ever, every manga ever is just an isekai plot. I'm sick of it. Anyway, what kind of comics do you usually draw? Horror, fantasy, action? You're right on the money actually. Sometimes I draw short horror stories. One time, I drew this dark fantasy comic with a lot of tragedy in it. One thing is for sure, I mostly write edgy stuff. It's honestly really embarrassing. I like edgy stuff. At least the edgy stuff. Again, when you say edgy, I always feel like there's two definitions. One type of edgy is the stuff that I like, where it's like, I don't know, it's like gory, right? Gory or like horror or like, just like extreme, hardcore stuff like that, or like weird. The second type of edgy that I feel like people use on the internet is being racist. It's like that's the other type of edgy. Where it's like I don't know about that one though. I feel like I don't know. It's weird definitions of edgy. Anyway, I'm sure it's fine. You gotta let me read about your comic someday though. So I don't know how to define edgy actually. Like edgy is like I don't know. It's like I guess it's like being offensive, but like it's not necessarily that. I mean, yeah, you can be offensive by being racist, and that's like bad. But like it's not being offensive just for being offensive. True edginess. I feel like it's not just that. It's also like I don't know, like exploring the dark, psyche of human nature. Right? That's what edgy is to me, anyway. Like dark humor or anything that's like that it makes you uncomfortable, right? Anyway. Yeah, sure. Someday, when I create something worth reading, I'm gonna become a famous, mangaka or whatever. Even though I don't think you can become a mangaka in any place except Japan. But I guess you can become a webcomic artist. That's a thing you do in the rest of the world. Feeling my stomach growling, I stand up and head to the door. I mean, you can also make like normal comics, but I feel like I actually don't know much about the industry of like Western comics. But like as far as I know, it's like superhero stuff, right? So that's like a different kind of like comic, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't have much exposure to really, so I don't know how that works necessarily. I don't know how to become a comic artist in that sense. Anyway, I'll get us something to eat. You haven't eaten since morning, have you? Yeah, that'd be appreciated, thanks. Since morning? Not even lunchtime? I guess she didn't bring a lunch? I mean, I guess considering her mom, it's like, I don't think her mom's gonna cook her lunch. Weird. I'm in a good mood this loop. I've been in this loop 4 times now. I feel like I should be more irritated or bored. Is it because I finally had the courage to invite Amerta to my house? Ah, crap. Kaya's right. I may be a simp for her after all. Again, another modern term. It just surprises me. I don't know. As I'm grabbing a plate, my whole body freezes when I realize something. On my bed, there's still that. Well, just to be placed, or just to be. I read that weirdly. Just to be safe, I put the plate back into its place and walk back to my room. The sight that greets me when I open the door is, what the hell even is this? I see Amerta sitting on my bed, with a familiar cutter on her right hand. She hovered it on top of her left wrist. It's a familiar gesture, way too familiar that makes me want to gag. With haste, I quickly grab her right hand and pull it as far away from her body. Amerta, what are you doing? What? You did it too, why can't I do the same? Huh? 1 month ago, remember? You almost died? What, did Mr. Ari tell you that? And so what, you want to have you want revenge or something? What's your point? My point is, just let me die, Rendra. You know, it's funny how she says that. I don't think she's aware of the time loops, but maybe she is, I don't know. But that's an interesting phrase coming from her, considering the context. What do you mean? You've been reliving this day over and over for me. Okay, no, okay, I just confirms. I really thought it was like a double meaning, or like she isn't actually aware of the time loops. But no, apparently she is. You've been reliving this day over and over for me, haven't you? There's no other way out of this other than letting me die, Rendra. No, there has to be another way. I've let you die countless times. There's no way that's the... Well, actually, it's not countless. It was like 3 times, I think. This is the 4th loop, right? Anyway. Rendra, listen to me. There is no other way. I'll let you make a choice right now. Let me die, or keep doing this for eternity. Which will it be, Rendra? Save the game. Well, I'm curious about both choices. Let's try... I don't know. And both... I mean, let's just keep trying. You know, if we do this enough times, maybe we can convince her not to die. I'll keep trying. There's no way that letting you die is the right answer. I'm like as I said before, I'm simping for you so hard right now. You failed before. What makes you think you'll be able to do this? I'll find a way somehow. Trust me. I definitely want to see you try. Here, I'll help you restart. As she says that, she brings the cutter close to my neck then. Ah! Ow. The heck? I'm your top donator on your stream and you kill me with a box cutter? Lame. Did she just kill me? No. There's no time to waste. I couldn't let Amerta do something stupid like that again. I hear a buzz coming from my phone, but I ignore it completely. Whoever it is, they're not important right now. Amerta. I need to keep her safe no matter what. And so I've tried again and again. I've even lost track of how many loops I've been through. Repeating again, and 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 again. Amerta, why do you keep dying? Ren. Why? Or why? Or why? Why? I don't know. I'm forgetting who's who now. Why? Because this is the only way to keep you safe, Amerta. You keep running into trouble. Do you know how many times I had to witness you die over and over again? Do you think I wanted to do this? If you had just stayed put, none of this would have happened, Amerta. What? Oh, you died out of blood loss after all. Then I'll be gentler in the next loop, don't worry. I guess I have to restart again. Ending 4. For eternity. Okay. I guess that was a bad ending. I think that was implied that, okay, at the end there, the protagonist may have turned a little yandere. You know, this is the evolution of a simp. They're like a simp, then they're a stalker, and then they're a yandere. You know, it's like he evolved. I think that's what happened. I think it was implied that he cut up her limbs so that she wouldn't move anywhere, right? But then she dies anyway, so it's like it just keeps happening over and over again. He might even forgot why he was looping in the first place, right? Now he's just hurting her. Which, I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, she did kill us in one of the previous loops, though. So, like, maybe it's not justified, you know, for every single loop, but anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just thinking about the ethics about, like, someone killing you in a time loop, and they're aware of the time loop. Can you, like, kill them in the next loop, you know? It's basically like a video game, right? It's like a death match. We're just comparing, like, KD ratios now. Anyway. Alright, well, that was a bad ending. Let's try something else. Alright. So as it turns out, trying to be a super simp, you know, and to keep trying, I guess is not the right answer. I guess instead, we'll let her die? Kind of going against, you know, the whole purpose of why we're doing this entire thing in the first place, but alright. I'm just gonna let you die, Amerta. God, I really don't want to say this. I don't, but something tells me that she's right somehow. Fine. Do whatever you want. Amerta smiles at me. Her smile looks sad, but at the same time, she also seems relieved and glad. I let go of her hand and close my eyes when I see her pointing the cutter at her own neck. Oh boy. Rendra, I know this looks bleak, but there's always hope, okay? Trust me on this. And now you've made a mess on my bed. Anyway, when I open my eyes again, the murderer's already lying in my bed, lifeless. Is this really right? What does she even mean there's still hope? She's fucking dead. She's fucking dead, dude. No. No, there's no way this is it. No matter what, isn't this basically murder? Quickly, I grab the cutter that's still in her hand. I need to go back. I need to go back. I need to redo it again. I need to reload my save. Oh. Alright, I guess, yeah, we just loop again. We don't let her die, even though the choice is to let her die. We don't really do that. You know, we kind of go against it in the last minute. I'm back again. Thank God. Though I have little to no energy left. What happened last loop really drained the life out of me. I think I'll actually skip this loop and use it to rest. Who cares? I can just redo it again anyway. As expected, my dad knocks on the door, expecting me to be ready for school. Sorry, Dad. I feel a bit sick. Can I skip school for today? Surprisingly enough, my dad doesn't question it. In fact, he immediately approves. Of course. Do you need to go to the doctor? I can take you there now if you feel that bad. Huh? I mean, no. I think I'd rather stay here. Alright. Just call me if you need help. And with that, I hear my dad's footsteps walking away from my room. Aside from Amerta, why is everyone being so lenient towards me? Since this loop shenanigans started, it's like people straight up ignore me or talk to me as if they're walking on eggshells. Ugh, I honestly just want this whole thing to be done with. Is there really no other way than letting her die? Oh shit, whatever. Wanting to shut my brain off, I collapsed back onto my bed, wrapping myself in my blanket before falling asleep yet again. Oh, hey, X-Man, by the way, I kind of missed your message. It was like 2 minutes ago. If you really love her, let her go. Maybe. Well, seriously, Ren, you're like the street food expert of this town. Alright. Well, now we're here. Did we loop already? Because he said to take a, he's going to take the whole day off. And then he's going to loop again, I guess. I never knew the meatballs here taste so good. You're welcome. I think that Mr. Echo's meatball car is the best place to get meatballs, honestly. Or maybe this is this could be a flashback, actually. Yeah, when I think about it. Yeah, it could be a flashback. You're not wrong. I don't really like meatballs much anyway. You should take me to that noodle place you recommend, too. Yeah, I'll take you tomorrow. Also, Ren, do you know who that guy is? You mean the guy with the dark blue bomber jacket over there? No, but I see him pass by him a lot before. I think you have the same taste in food or something. I always see him frequenting my favorite food stands. Oh, I see. Honestly, he looks really cool. I kinda want to try talking to him, but I'm a bit shy. Huh, so you can still feel shy after all. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? But I don't blame you, that guy stands out a lot. You're good at talking, aren't you? Just go for it. No, you gotta accompany me, Ren. Come on. Wait, what? Okay. Hello, are you here alone? Okay, here's Kai. I don't know. I'm not. There's this girl named, Katellanak. This girl named Katellanak who's sitting right in front of me right now. What? It's just a joke. I'm obviously alone. What's up with that question anyway? My friend here is curious about you since he's seen you a lot. Huh? Aren't you the one... Oh, you're that loner guy who always eats by yourself while wearing earphones and watching anime. What a frickin' loser. No, says the one who sometimes forgets to return his bowl back. Mr. Echo complained a lot about you. At least I'm not an inconvenience. Ha, you have a point. Since you're here anyway, what are your names? And judging from that uniform, you guys are from that Catholic school, yeah? Oh, they're from a Catholic school? Yep, you're right. My name is Michelle Amerta de Jong. Or de Jong? Just call me Amerta, please. Mine is Rendra Raharja. Murder and Rendra, got it. Just call me Kai. Anyway, don't you have someone you need to save right now? Oh, okay, that was a dream. I was wondering, is that my phone? Is that really my phone, or is it not? It's from the game again. Every time they play the vibration, sound effect, I keep thinking it's my phone. And that time, I was actually thinking that was my phone because the game didn't mention anything about a phone buzzing. So they keep tricking me. It's like jump scares, except it's not jump scares. It's like phone scares. Anyway, the sound of my phone repeatedly buzzing wakes me up. Looking at it, it seems that Kai is calling me. Huh? Kai? I waste no time to pick it up. As soon as I did, the overly familiar friendly voice greets my ear. Hey, you up already? How the hell did you know that I'm sleeping in the first place? Ouch. This is how you talk to your best friend? I'm hurt, Reddy. Says the one who lied about moving out. I'm hurt too. I hear Kai's nonchalant chuckle from the other end of the line. Despite what I said, I've got to hear from him to hear that he seems fine. I definitely managed to make my day a little bit better after what happened last loop. I'm not telling him, though. He'll just get cocky or think I'm crazy. Anyway, my dad found me and dragged me back here this morning. So I decided to visit you, but your mom told me that you're sleeping the entire day away. It's only 3 p.m. right now. If you have nothing better to do, let's meet up, yeah? Right now? No, let's meet up next year. Of course I mean right now. What do you say? Sure. I need to ask you a whole lot of stuff anyway. Same goes to you. Let's meet up at Mr. Echo's. Should I invite Amerta too? She misses you a lot, you know. Oh. Really? Are you being serious right now? I only raised an eyebrow at that, even though he can't see it. What does that mean? Yeah? You don't know how much she's been talking to me about you. It's driving me nuts. Kai doesn't say anything to that. Just when I thought that he hung up, I hear him softly sigh. No. It'll be just the two of us. Boys only today. Plus, you need to stop thinking about her, you simp. He sounds like he's trying to make a joke, but God, I can feel him forcing that one out. What's wrong with him? I thought he'll be happy to see him more than me. Sure. Just the two of us then. Great, I'll see you then. And with that, he hangs up. Oh well, this might be for the best. I might not be able to handle seeing Amerta right now anyway. Something happened between Kai and Amerta? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, when I arrive, I see Kai already waiting for me in front of the meatball cart owned by Mr. Echo, the two seemingly chatting away in friendly terms. Walking closer, I can finally hear what Kai and Mr. Echo are talking about. Yeah, it all happened so suddenly. Don't worry, sir. I wasn't kidnapped or anything. Wow, you even looked for me. Now I feel a bit guilty and embarrassed. Oh, look who's here. You owe me an apology too after this. What's this? You're sad that I'm gone after all? You should just say that to my face instead of saying it in that roundabout way. Well, that's Kai for you. He rarely takes anything seriously, but it's better than him acting careful around me like the others have been. It feels refreshing, honestly. Stop joking around. I was genuinely worried about you for a moment. Yeah, you'll get a special apology later. Here, I already ordered one for you. The usual, right? Yeah, thanks. The both of us then take a seat on the side of the street to eat our meal. The sky is clear. It's a good weather to eat some meatballs outdoors. Meatballs. I wonder, again, it's probably like, I feel like this place is not in America. It's not in Japan. I know the developer's previous game, I think, took place in kind of like this weird Japan-America place, but this place seems to be different from both places. It's not American, it's not Japanese. I'm not sure what country it is because I'm just culturally ignorant. But I was thinking like the meatball thing. It's like I think the meatball is not literally when I think of meatballs, I think of spaghetti meatballs, but I think these meatballs are probably a cultural specific type of snack food, if I had to guess. Anyway, after the both of us took our first bite, we look at each other, wondering who's going to say what first. At that, Kai let out a sigh of resignation. Fine. I do owe you an apology and explanation. Well, thank you for realizing. I'll make this short. My dad's getting remarried. To that woman that you don't really like? Yeah. She doesn't even bother trying to talk to me properly. I'm sure she's just in it for the money or something since she has a son too. I keep telling my dad that I don't like her and that I oppose the wedding. The two of us are just doing fine just by ourselves. But I don't want to deal with my dad's failed marriage again. Things got heated when we were talking, and then he told me to leave the house if I hated so much. And you actually left, didn't you? Of course I did. Well, I couldn't really think straight back then, so I just stormed off out of rage without thinking twice. It's embarrassing to walk back home after all that, And so I ran away from home. I didn't want to worry you or Amerta. You two had enough problems on your plates. So I lied and told you that I'm leaving town to live with my aunt. What the hell? Don't look so sad over it. I'm sorry I lied, okay? It's not just that. You could have just asked us for help. Help, huh? That's a bit rich coming from you. What? Nothing. Look, I told you, you two had enough stuff to deal with. Besides, this isn't anything big. Just like our usual squabble. It's just how my dad and I always like. Getting kicked out of the house is not the usual squabble, Kai. Fine, I guess you have a point. But my dad and I have made up this morning and we've reached a compromise. So everything's good in my end for now. If you say so. Yeah, so enough about me. More importantly, are you okay? Yeah, I slept the entire day. Of course I'm fine. Not that. I met Amerta. Amerta? Well, then why are you asking me? Ask her yourself. Oh god. It is true. What's true? Why are you being so cryptic now? I see Kai taking a deep breath in as if he's bracing himself. Rendra. Amerta's already dead. What? Oh. Funny joke, Kai. The entire audience is laughing at you right now. Looking at Kai's expression, I slowly come to realize that he's not playing around. To my dismay. I wouldn't joke about something like this, and you know that. Amerta died a few days ago, hit by a car, and you were there to witness it. My dad told me about it too. Apparently, that's also one of the reasons why he went to look for me in the first place. He knew that the three of us are good friends, so he wanted to make sure I knew about this. He's also heard of your questionable actions. Okay, what? This is getting what? What is this? Wait. Anyway, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Because now I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. Did Amerta even exist? You know? This entire time? Or what's going on? Questionable actions. Kai only clicks his tongue and ruffles his hair. Talking to no one? Zoning out for hours. Asking Amerta's mom about her recently dead daughter. Oh, and you've also slept on the streets where Amerta died. Your dad had to come get you almost every night and drag you back home. Don't get me started on the rumors. I briefly visited my school this afternoon and heard your name being tossed around. Some thought you can see ghosts. Some thought you gone mad. That surprised me. Not everyone in my school knows who I am, let alone those in his school. Is it really that bad? To be honest, I didn't believe any of it at first, until I heard you talk as if Amerta is still alive. But she is alive, Kai. I swear I've seen her. I can even physically touch her. Then how about this? I'll listen to your side of the story. No, you'll just think I'm crazy. Well, if anything, I'd be happy if Amerta's actually alive. Also, do you think I'm that mean? You're clearly going through something right now. I'm not gonna mock you and rub the salt in your wound. Besides, I've told you my story, now it's your turn. In the end, I decide to tell him. About the loops, the deaths, and even about what happened during the fourth loop. As Kai listens, his expression shifts from confusion to bewilderment to concern. He seems to have a lot to say, but he keeps himself mostly silent. I think he's waiting for me to be done with my story. So, yeah, that's all. I keep waiting for him to talk, but his mouth just hangs open wordlessly for a short while. I don't blame him. If Kai were to tell me that he's been stuck in the same date over and over, I'd be speechless too. Right. How do I say this in the nicest way possible? No need for any of that. Just tell me what you actually think. Okay? Well, and everyone's right. You're losing it, Rendra. Yeah, okay. Well, I expected it. Kai is usually brutally honest. And no, I don't mean that as an insult. You clearly need help, Rendra. There's never been a time loop to begin with. I remember you texting me about the missing person poster 2 days ago, and you told me that was during your third loop, right? If the time loop thing is actually real, then I wouldn't remember even texting you. See? Kai pulls up his phone and showed me the same messages we've exchanged during the third loop. No way. As my hand begins to sting, Kai slips his phone back into his pocket before continuing on. You said that you basically got yourself killed. How many times now? 3? One of them is suicide. It's fortunate that those happen to be hallucinations. What if one day it actually happened in real life and you got injured or died? No, but it feels real, Kai. Are you saying that all this time my brain has been playing tricks to screw with me? Well, that's the only logical explanation that I can think of. Well, aside from obviously seeing some sort of psychiatrist, maybe I can take you to Amerta's grave? I heard you weren't there for her funeral. That makes the both of us. Maybe we can visit her for closure. No. Go without me. Rendra! Get the hint, Kai. Sorry, but I think I need some time alone right now. I set my half-eaten bowl of meatballs aside. What a waste. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't like it when people don't finish their food. I set my bowl aside, stand up, and walk away. Shit, messed up. That's the only thing I hear from Kai's muttering. The more steps I take, the guiltier I feel. I know that Kai had good intentions. Hell, out of the 3 of us, he had it worse. While he's kicked out of his house, staying God knows where, one of his closest friends died and the other one in his eyes is insane. His explanation does sound logical. It's realistic. Time travel only exists in fiction after all. That would explain the subtle differences between each loop. That would also explain why everyone's been looking at me weirdly. It would explain why my parents have been acting overly concerned too. I mean, their only son is going mad in their eyes. It makes sense. Yet, why am I so mad at Kai? That and Amerta. I still can't make sense of her. Is she really a hallucination? She feels real though. Or is it because I really am losing my mind? No, I'm not crazy, am I? I'm not crazy. I know he swapped those numbers. No, no, I'm not crazy, am I? I can still think clearly, I think. Ren? Both my thought process and legs freeze almost instantly. That's Amerta's voice. Ren, that is you, right? I don't want to pay her any mind. After all, she's not real, is she? With that thought in mind, I continue to walk away. What, Ren, are you ignoring me? My hand is suddenly grabbed and... Oh. Rendra. I think you need to put your eye back to its socket. You know? I guess it might not fit though, I guess. I mean, good thing, you know, I think I've heard that did you know if you pop out your eye, as long as the nerve has not been severed, you can actually put it back in. Sounds incredibly scary though, you know? Like, would your eye still be working as it's dangling from your face, you know? That's like really, really scary. But like I've heard that if it does pop out, like you need to put it back in immediately. Otherwise, you know, you'll get permanent eye damage. But if you do put it back immediately, then you know, you can go to a hospital and it'll heal. I think, as far as I remember, anyway. I think that's what I've heard. Anyway, seriously, what's wrong? You were absent today too, right? Did you get sick? Oh, I get it. Are you sick of seeing me, Ren? Silly Ren. Then you should have done something when my head got crushed under that car wheel when I got home just now. Now look at you, losing your head over this too. Oops, sorry. That was funnier in my head. Haha. Well, are you gonna redo again? Oh, would you look at that? A train track. They're closing the gates. How convenient. That means you can kill yourself right now. Of course, you can still redo without harming yourself, but it's faster this way, don't you agree? Sure. You know, it's all just a hallucination, right? So we just simply kill ourselves. We won't actually kill ourselves, right? Is that how it works? I don't know. Do we believe in Kai? You know, maybe Kai is like, maybe he's the imposter. He's trying to trick us. You know, man. And Amerta's and don't mind the zombie Amerta here. That's totally anyway. Soundtrack. Without questioning her whatsoever, I stand close to the gate. Is this real? Is this a hallucination? Was the Kai from earlier even real? You know, what's reality? I'll just redo again. If I actually die, then whatever. It's been a good run. Hell, this might just be a chance for me to get transported to another world. I can finally get isekai'd. There's time travel after all. Why not isekai? God damn it. I see the train approaching. Weirdly enough, I'm grinning ear to ear right now. Before anyone can stop me, I jump right onto the track as soon as the train is only steps away. What? Huh? Oh wait, we actually got isekai. Where the hell am I? The sight of a natural looking forest shocked me, yet my mind feels refreshed and calm somehow. Is it? Have I truly gone insane now? Or did I actually die? I pinch my cheek. It hurts. There's also this important looking sword beside me. It looks like something straight out of a fantasy story. Did I actually get isekai'd? And then the anime opening plays, and like, at one time when I thought I was in a time loop, and then my best friend told me it was all hallucination, so I got isekai into a different world or something, and that's the title. Huh. Ending 3 or another. All right. The developer actually put an isekai ending. I mean, I don't know if I think that's a joke ending. I don't think that's meant to be taken too seriously. Anyway, okay, so let's not get isekai this time. Let's tell her to urasai. I punched her. Well, you punched her. You punched the zombie. She's now on the ground, clutching her face. Usually, I'm better at keeping myself from resorting to violence, but who cares? This murder's not real anyway. Kai was right. There's no way that this is the real Amerta. Telling me to kill myself like that. It's not what she would have wanted. Speaking of Kai, I see him running up to me with a... Wait, why does he look so shocked? Oi! Rendra, what the hell did you do? What? Look at who you punched, you idiot! At that, I looked down to where Amerta supposedly was and... Okay, you punched the counselor somehow. Rendra, surprised that you have a lot of power in your punch. Mr. Ari. Both Kai and I help him stand up. Other than his bleeding nose, he seems fine. I hope. Before I can say anything, Kai already beat me to it. Sir, are you okay? Yes, although I suspect my nose is broken. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to... It's alright. I can always get it checked and fix it up. The question is, are you alright, Rendra? Sir, you're the one of a physical injury. I think you need to ask that question to yourself. You have a point. Rendra, go home and cool your head or something. I'll accompany your teacher to the hospital to get this treated. Your house is pretty close anyway, right? But I'm the one who caused that injury in the first place. At least let me... Seriously, Rendra, you're pretty unreliable right now. I'm betting that the hallucination is why you even punched this man in the first place, yeah? I can only purse my lips at that. He's pissing me off and I want to talk back to him, but I know that he's right. Sighing, Mr. Ari then pats Kai's shoulder. I'll be fine. I can walk by myself to the hospital. Instead, can you accompany Rendra back home? Are you sure, sir? Yes. I'm thinking that his hallucinations seem to be worsening since he had such a violent reaction to it. You know, we gotta send him to, we gotta send him to an asylum or something at this point. Please keep an eye on him until he's back home. I mean, maybe back then, maybe like if this was, I don't know, in the 60s or 70s or I don't know how old it was, but I mean, obviously when people were considered quote unquote crazy, definitely would be sent to like an asylum or something. And they would be good places. Anyway. The silence between us is cut short by Kai's sigh. You heard him. Come on, I'll walk you home. Sure. Nope. I guess, the protagonist is just an unreliable narrator at this point. Makes me wonder if anything's gonna happen, with Kai. Are we gonna punch Kai too? Somehow? Throughout our walk home, there's this awkward silence between us. I sometimes wish that both Amerta and Kai could tone it down just a bit whenever we hung out. I didn't realize how good I had it back then. The feeling of guilt thanks to earlier didn't help either. Luckily, before the air becomes too unbearable, we've arrived. Well, thanks for walking me home. Rest up, Rendra. And also, I'll treat you again tomorrow. Same time, same place? Sure. Right. See you then. As soon as Kai left, I enter my own house. As usual, no one's around. My dad is still working, and my mom is cooped up in her own room. Having no one to greet, I just go straight to my room. With no other desire to do anything else, I waste no time to lay in my bed and sleep through the rest of the evening. Opening my eyes, I see a scene play out. It's McDonald's again. No, another dream. It's nighttime, and this is the location where the car is supposed to hit us. On the road, I notice a body lying in front of a stopped car. It's Amerta. Half her head is crushed under a car's tire. Rendra, why didn't you save me? You were there. You could have pulled me out of the way or shielded me. But you only stood there back then. Useless. Muda. No, you can't even save the girl you love. You're so useless. Okay, well that confirms that he has a crush on the murder. Oh, I get it now. This is why I felt angry at Kai earlier. Everything is so grotesque and bloody now. But don't worry, let's redo. Redo again and again and again. Redo for eternity. That way, your Amerta can be back. So will your peaceful daily lives. Well, this time I knew it was the phone in the game, not in my real phone. A buzzing sound wakes me up once again. Kai is calling me and it's currently 2:24 p.m. Huh? Did I just sleep for 20 hours? No way. That's a long sleep. I don't think I've ever slept that much before. 20 hours? Or is it that my time perception is getting way off? Not wanting to think about it too much, I pick up Kai's call. Hey, you good today? Yeah. Everything is fine except for this zombie, zombie ghost thing in front of me, but don't worry about it. Uh-huh, sure. The offer for another round of meatballs is still up, by the way. You want to come with? Just on the edge of the screen there. I end up accepting his offer. I don't want to be angry at him forever, but seeing Amerta staring at me from the corner of my eyes like that's making it hard for me to do that. Since earlier, she's been staring at me wordlessly, and it's starting to creep me out. Besides, with how Kai is acting right now, it's not helping. He hasn't said much since earlier. Like he's unsure what to say. Like he's walking on eggshells. Just like the rest of them. Oi, Rendra. You can just tell me that you're not fine, you know. You're always like that. You keep saying that everything is fine and dandy, even after what happened a month ago, and... Oh, forget it. Probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Kai, are you trying to do some damage control or something? Honestly, you're doing such a piss-poor job at it right now. I thought spending time with you would make things go back to the usual, normal daily lives. But I expect you to pity me too. It's not pity, it's guilt, Rendra. I know you were pissed at me yesterday. Calling you unreliable and that wasn't cool. I would be pissed too if you called me that in my lowest moment. So I'm sorry. An apology won't be able to fix the damage, Kai. I wasn't just hurt from this. You know what else happened? Thanks to your lack of tact, the shit I'm seeing, they're getting worse. Hell, I see Amerta with half her head crushed staring at me right there. It's driving me insane, Kai. She keeps telling me to kill myself and restart the loop. It's even made me punch my own teacher. Rendra. Jesus, I'm sorry. I didn't know things would get that bad for you. But, at least she's not real, right? Don't listen to her, okay? No shit, she's not real, Kai. Again, you're telling me that doesn't change anything, but because she's still there. Haunting me. And you call me unreliable? You only made my situation worse since you came back here. Yeah? What do you expect? I can't properly help you, Rendra. I'm not a psychiatrist. You don't have to be one to help me, Kai. Do me a favor, just act like your usual self around me, will you? Like hell I could do that when you can't even act like your own usual self either. What, you want me to keep letting you live under hallucinations, is that it? I'm so sorry for trying to help my best friend realize that he's not seeing, or what he's seeing is not real. I guess I'm the big bad villain now. Why is that anyway? Because that's the only way you'll be able to see Amerta again? Because you want to live out a fantasy where you saved her. Huh. The tiniest amount of rationality that's still in your brain right now, try to think. Would Amerta really want this, Rendra? You really think she died for? Ow. Who got punched? Okay, I'm assuming Kai got punched. Keep punching everybody. We're very punch happy. Shit. I let my emotions get the better of me again. Guy, Oh, time for a good old brawl. This is how best friends communicate. They punch each other in the face. Unable to finish my sentence, I suddenly feel a surge of pain in my cheek. Before I have a chance to say anything, Kai interrupts me. Punching people again. You've really changed, huh? What happened to the Rendra who won't ever start a fight because he didn't want to cause problems for his parents? Take a cold, hard look at yourself, Rendra. Do you think you'll get better if you keep on living, pretending as if Amerta's alive? Even before I arrived, you were already crumbling down, weren't you? I land another blow on Kai. He grunts before he smacked me back almost right away. Before we know it, our conversation had turned into a full-blown fight between us, with neither of us holding back. There's even a tiny crowd forming around us, but we couldn't care less. Anything that's left unsaid, days, or even years worth of pent-up emotions, they're all expressed in this one moment. It's certainly not the healthiest way to do this. I don't want to hurt Kai either. Yet despite the pain, this is oddly very refreshing. This happens all the time in shonen anime. My mind that's always preoccupied with murder is finally empty. For the first time what seems to be a long time. My only focus is on the fight. Although I know I stand no chance when it comes to a physical fight against Kai. While I spend most of my time indoors, Kai would spend his time working out or playing football. So, the outcome of the fight is very clear. I'm just a nerd. He just beats me up. Good. The both of us take some time for a breather. Just when I start to think that Kai is so mad at me, he suddenly lets out a smug chuckle. Heh, are you satisfied now? Jesus, both of us are wrecked. I could say the same thing to you. You seem like you were enjoying this. Right back at you, Rendra. Still, I want to apologize for hitting you and all, but I still stand by with what I said. That's the one thing I won't apologize for. I really do think you need help. Your parents are worried to death. Everyone can see that. I'm sure that teacher of yours is worried too. He keeps prioritizing you before his broken nose. So please, Rendra, even just for this once. Unable to finish his sentence, Kai's voice starts to waver. Then the usually confident Kai, he cries, "Please, just listen to me. Murder's already gone. You're the only one I have left, Rendra. If you're gone, God damn it." Again, he doesn't finish his sentence and stands up instead, quickly wiping his tears away. Hell, he doesn't even let me see his face at all as he hurriedly walks away. Shit, I really fucked up. I even managed to make Kai, of all people, cry like that. No, there's no time to think and stand idly. Kai's already on the other side of the road. What I do is I save the game, ironically. Despite this game, it's all about like the premise is that it's a time loop, but as it turns out, it's not a time loop. But like I'm using, looping mechanics as, with the saving and loading system in order to manipulate the choices that I can make in this game. Anyway, I guess time for truck number 2. I don't know. Sure. Let us chase after Kai. That's what you do, right? Always every time like a drama story. The other person runs away, and then the person just stands there and just says their name. And they hold out their hand, but they don't do anything. Isn't that annoying? How about we just don't do that? How about we just chase after him instead? Without second thoughts, I run up to him all while calling out his name. I see Kai stopping and turning around, yet his eyes widen in shock. Before I could figure out why his expression shifted like that, well, isn't that ironic? Anyway, All these unkept graveyards. And then there's Rendra's. Your grave really is as spotless as it was back then. You see how hard your parents work to clean this up every month? You'd be touched by this, I'm sure. Man, it's been 4 years, hasn't it? Do you know how much sleep I've lost? All because of you couldn't be bothered to look left and right when crossing the damn road? You fucking idiot. I still can't get over the fact that you died the same way Amerta did. What are you, soulmates? It's very, it's very... Is ironic the right word? I assume it is. Anyway. Sometimes I keep thinking back to that day. You called out to me because you wanted to say something, didn't you? Were you still mad at back then? Do you want to kick my ass some more? Or was it the opposite? In the end, I had no way of knowing, huh? When Amerta died, you probably felt like this too. Sorry. I've never really fully understood you when you were going through back then, and I kept pushing you to get help like it'll be that easy. I was just selfish, honestly. Now I get it. It's not so easy after all, huh? A quiet and peaceful life. I think you said that having a boring life is your dream or something. I just laughed it off back then, but... These past few years, I'll admit, I kinda felt numb. But I'll learn from your mistakes, so you can just rest easy while with Amerta up there. I'll try to... No. I will live a peaceful life in your stead. That's the least I could do. For you, and for Amerta. Alright. I mean, it kinda ends on a bittersweet note, but he seems optimistic. You see some wound, you see some wounds or like cuts on him, so maybe he's not the, he didn't have the best of like a reaction to what happened. When you think about it, it's funny. It's not funny actually, but like, one of your friends died in a car crash, and then your best friend also dies in a car crash. I mean, that's like, double trauma. It's right there. I was half expecting him to just go insane as well, but no. I guess Kai is stronger than that, for the most part. Anyway, all right. So it's a bad idea to cross the road, before looking left and right. So instead, let's just stand here and then call out to him. I call out his name from across the street. It's loud enough to attract the attention of nearby bystanders. Hearing that, Kai stops in his track before he looks back at me. Or stops in his tracks? I think it's tracks, plural. Anyway. I was about to walk towards him, but my whole body freezes as I see a car passing high speed between us. I feel like this place needs, I don't know. It needs, better, like, safety laws or something. I don't know. There's a lot of cars just speeding, like, really fast. How many car accidents, happens every day in this place? That was close. I genuinely didn't see that car. After recovering from that small heart attack, I finally catch up to Kai. I also wanted to say sorry. You had that whole fight with your dad, got kicked out, and came back to this mess. When Amerta died, I didn't do anything. Even right before her death, she sent me a cry of help, and I ignored it because of my own priorities. She's one of the kindest and brightest people I've known, Kai, and I failed her. I thought that maybe it'd be better if I am the one who died, or if I could turn back time to help her. Before I knew it, I'm already living in that fantasy, lashing out to those who try to pull me out of it. In the end, there really is no what-ifs in this world, is there? I know Amerta wouldn't have wanted any of this. I know I need to move on with my life, but can I even have that luxury? I failed not just Amerta, but everyone. You, Mr. Irie, and especially my parents. I feel like I can't go back anymore. Rendra, do I really need to explain it to you again? Who cares about the past? Yeah, you fucked up before, but then what? You can't really change what you've done back then, can you? Of course you can't go back, because all you can do now is face forward. Look, do you really want to fix the situation or not? Yes, I do. And I really need help. You're right, Kai. Glad you came to your senses, Rendra. What can I say? I'm always right, aren't I? Just kidding. For now, let's get to the hospital first and get these treated, yeah? Do they have universal healthcare, in their country? Because if this was America... Anyway, come on, stop crying. You're gonna make me cry too. Huh. That's the one who cried first. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright, well this time we didn't die. Instead, we make manga? Okay. Alright. I finished reading it, Rennie. Now this one is hell of a nostalgia trip. Now in my opinion, the draft is great. It's a bit rushed, but it's a one-shot, I get it. I don't know why you won't let me read your older works. Because I think this one is worth reading. The older comics I made are lame, edgy, and the stories made no sense anyway. What? As if this one isn't edgy already? I think you're just saying that to be humble. Also, don't forget to change my name in that comic you plan on releasing it to the public. You treat me so handsomely there. I'm flattered, but I wouldn't want more fans stalking my socials, I'm a big influencer, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. The names will definitely be changed later. Don't worry. Alright. He ended up making a comic based on his life, maybe? Based on real events. It's been almost 4 years since Amerta died. Both Kai and I left our hometown due to college. Now we live temporarily in this bustling big city, Jakarta. Again, I'm horrible at geography. I mean, that's literally, I guess, gives you a giant hint of where this entire game takes place. But I don't know any cities. We don't go to the same university. We initially planned to, but Kai had to be a dumbass and failed the entrance exam because he underestimated it. Well, this other private university accepted me though. At least we're in the same city, right? Is all he had to say about it. What's wrong? Went quiet all of a sudden. Something in your mind? No, I was just thinking about how much time passed by so quickly. Yeah, I still remember your facial muscles being so stiff that seeing you smile is like seeing a blue moon appear. Shut it, Kai. I'm saying that as a good thing, though. It's nice seeing you loosen up like that, Whoa, what's this? Kai genuinely praising me for once? That's a rare occurrence. Hey, it's not as if I'm stingy with it. If you want compliments, you could just ask nicely. Yeah, no. Save that for your fans. Speaking of, how's your streaming going lately? He really is. He's a fucking streamer. Of course he is. It's been going like usual. Except that there's more and more annoying viewers that popped up. Honestly, it was pretty funny at first, but now it's starting to tick me off. They spam the same thing over and over. Sometimes they try to tell me what to do, so I start having mods to ban them. Yet it's still not enough. I already have 3 mods. I don't want to add another one. Jakarta is a capital of Indonesia. Okay, so this whole game takes place in Indonesia. I believe the developer is from Indonesia, or am I wrong? I could be wrong about that. Maybe that's why. Anyway. Toxic gamer attracts toxic viewers, huh? Oh, okay, he's that kind of streamer. I don't like watching that kind of streamer. Anyway. You don't get it. Being toxic is part of the fun. Anyway, maybe it can help you with the mod shortage. I don't think you can stay for half your stream since you stream 2 to 5 hours a day, but... No, Rennie. You need to focus on your thesis. Wait, unless what? That girl I introduced to you. Talia? You know that she's one of my mods. Is this just an excuse so you help her instead? What? No, nothing like that. You two have been getting along, right? Talia has good things to say about you after all. I guess you can say that. We plan on meeting again next week, okay? Rendra is dating one of his best friend's mods, I guess. I don't know. Feels weird. People like dating online, unless they know each other in real life. I don't know. Anyway. Look at you two clicking really well with each other. Man, I'm jealous. What, should I introduce you to someone too? Wait, now think about it. I don't even know what your type is. You never really talk about your love life. Nah, don't worry about it. I was just joking. I want to enjoy being single and free for a long time. Shit, I just remembered now. I have a meeting with my professor in about an hour. Huh? The traffic's bad out there. You better go now. I don't really want to go. I don't know when else I'll be able to enjoy this expensive cafe. I haven't finished my food yet. What's more important to you? Enjoying some expensive cafe or your grades? Besides, you can just take the leftovers with you. Haven't you neglected your grades enough already? Fine, fine. You have a point. I'll see you soon, yeah? Thanks for spending some time with me today despite being busy. Been a while since we last did that. Yeah, likewise. Thanks for reading the comic I made and giving it feedback. Meet up again sometime soon. And with that, Kai left. Alright, well, I mean, it seems like everything's fine. Having nothing else to do, I decide to leave the cafe. As soon as I do so, I see her. She's still here! Today is one of those days, I guess. Yes, I'm still seeing hallucinations of Amerta. But thanks to my medication and therapy, it never really got as bad as it was 4 years ago. Truth be told, I wouldn't say I'm completely healed yet. Memories of what happened 4 years ago still haunts me. Sometimes I still have nightmares. Sometimes I still see Amerta with half her face gone. Sometimes she's still going on and on about time loops. Even if one day I stop seeing hallucinations of her, I don't think I'll be able to forget Amerta. However, despite all that, I'm still surprised that I made it this far. I really did think that everything's over and broken beyond fixing 4 years ago. And here I am, living like a normal college student with decent grades. There's still a lot I need to work on, sure, but I think I'll be able to get through it, slowly but surely. Amerta was right after all. There's still hope. Oh, is that? I remember Amerta mentioned something about hope in like another ending, I think. Ending 1 for Amerta. Alright, I assume that's the good ending. Hey, and here's the credits. Alright, that was an enjoyable experience, I would say. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the story, about the game. I mean, as usual, the art looks good. Music's good. Yeah, it was an interesting choice as well. You know, I feel like developer kind of already did this with the previous game, but like, you know, I was expecting it. Definitely a subversion, you know, of like I mean, a lot of things. I mean, the first subversion is like the love triangle, right? You would think, you know, there's something about a love triangle or something like that going on. Obviously, that got subverted. And the whole time loop thing as well. The menu, by the way. The whole time loop thing, definitely. Usually that's kind of like a spoiler, right? For like any other kind of like time loop story, but they kind of like just they just mention it, you know, from the very beginning of the story. And like, that was interesting, right? I was wondering if they're going to do something interesting with the actual time loop. But as it turns out, it wasn't a time loop. You know, that was the twist, as it turns out. And it was just him dealing with his grief and despair over, you know, his like, I'm assuming his crush, or he didn't mention that he did have a crush on her or something like that. Yeah, his crush, you know, literally dying. So it was just him processing that, that tragedy. And, you know, and interesting characters as well, their own little, like, things going on. We didn't really learn what... I mean, she's dead. She died, I guess, so, you know, can't really ask her. But, like, I was wondering about, like, her backstory as well. Like, what happened with her, like, her ex-boyfriend. I guess it's just implied, you know. A lot of... I like that, though. A lot of the, I guess, characterization and like, certain, like, how do you say? It's like certain, I guess, information about the characters, about the world and everything is just implied, you know, which I like. A lot of it's just subtle, so it isn't like overtly explained, you know, which is great. You know, I don't, me personally anyway, at least for me anyway, I don't like too much exposition. Is my thing. Even though people love to do that, especially in visual novels, but like, I prefer when there's like a few things left ambiguous, or at least not like fully explained. Anyway, that's all to say that this story has had pretty good pacing, I would say. You know, overall, some of the horror aspects was cool as well. You know, obviously the whole time loop thing of her dying over and over again. Again, it wasn't really a time loop, but it was still pretty interesting to see her, like, you know, with her half her face missing, basically. I don't know. It delves into like a kind of more like a psychological horror aspect to it, which is great. You know, I love that too. I prefer that over just like the like a different type of horror where it's like a monster chasing you or whatever, you know. But that's also what I was kind of expecting as well. Usually, like any kind of story that is like kind of like a time loop would be more like psychological, right? It's dealing with the effects of like seeing like tragedy happen over and over and over and over again, and something, you know, usually it's about the protagonist feeling numb to it, right? But yeah, but again, the game kind of the narrative kind of subverts that a little bit, because obviously it wasn't like supernatural at all. It was actually fairly realistic, as it turns out, which is interesting. I like that. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, I mean, I guess basically, I think this was a very interesting game. You know, I think, yeah, I like it basically as much as the developer's previous game. You know, it's just as good, in a different way, I would say. Their other game, by syllphana, Sweet as Valentine, which I also did a playthrough of, I would say, I don't know, I would say it's much more bloody, you know? Let's just say, without spoiling too much. But this was much more like, you know, it's kind of like a unreliable narrator kind of thing, right? It's kind of like, it's much more kind of like an internal struggle. But I think it was entertaining, I would say. But yeah, anything else? I find the modern references kind of, I don't know, it's not bad, but I just find it surprising, you know, like they mentioned like him being a simp and stuff, and like literally Kai becoming a streamer. I don't know, it's like I don't know what it is. It just feels weird to me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know, it just doesn't happen, you know, at least the stories that I've read. I feel like, you know, but maybe it's just like a thing now, you know? Maybe there's going to be a lot of stories in the future where like being a streamer is just normal. I just find that weird. I don't know. It's hard to say, like, whatever. I'm trying to think. Usually I always give kind of like any kind of feedback or criticism. Well, okay. So I guess if I had to give any feedback, it's very small, really. So it's not much. Don't have much to say in terms of like criticisms, but like I guess some grammar. I guess I've noticed there's a few like strange grammar. I guess, you know, kind of like typos, but not really. I mean, the one thing I remember is like he stopped in his track, like, or whatever. It's supposed to be he stops in his tracks, like with an S at the end, not like he stops in his track. You know, that, like small things like that. But they're very minor, really. If you catch it, you know, you can just change it, just add a letter or like change like certain words, I guess. There's just certain phrases that I feel like would need to be changed so they fit better in like colloquial English, you know? But this is very minor, really. Other than that, a few strange grammar. I don't know. Did I say that? I don't know. When I'm rambling, you know, ironically, when I'm talking, I'm also making grammar mistakes as I'm speaking. Anyway. But yeah, there's a few like strange grammar things. I don't know. How do you say it? It's like the grammar is a bit strange sometimes, is what I'm trying to say. But like, it's not too bad, really. They're easy to fix. Anything else? Hey, look at the gallery. Hey, blood. People getting murdered. Punching. Endings. Extra? Oh, it's just this. Some words from the creator. Syllphana, thank you so much. Da-da-da. They learned a lot when making this game. Da-da-da-da-da. Don't burn yourself out. True. And they're gonna make more games. You know, I'm looking forward to the games in the future. I'm quite interested. Actually, I like the game so far. I mean, they made like 2 games. I mean, the games that I played anyway. You know, I wonder, because, you know, developers sometimes, I mean, like anyone, like any like creator, I guess. I wonder if they're like the main character, right? Ren. I wonder if they actually made like games in the past, but they're, secret. They don't share it to the public. So I wonder if they had experience in the past. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, but yeah. All right. So I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about this game. It's great. I rate it pretty good. I like it. So yeah, there you go. That was it for Amerta. If you're on YouTube, you didn't know, I stream these games live on Twitch, so check me out over there if you're interested. I also have other playthroughs on the channel, so you can look for those if you want. Another game by the same developer, if you like this one, is called Sweetest Valentine, and you can look for that on my channel as well, because I did a playthrough of that. There you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.